There's something quiet and powerful about a tidy home. Not spotless, not perfect, just lived in, cared for, and peaceful. The kind of space where you can take a deep breath and actually feel it. As we grow older, the way we think about our homes changes. We start to care less about appearances and more about ease, about flow, about comfort. We want our spaces to feel like they're on our side. So today, I want to share something close to the heart. 9 simple ways that many older adults keep their homes tidy and comfortable. Not through hustle or pressure, but through small, meaningful choices. Choices that support daily life and honor where we are. If you're someone who's learning to slow down, make peace with change, or gently let go of the things that no longer serve you, I hope you'll find a bit of comfort here. Let's begin. Habit 1. They declutter gently over time. One of the quiet truths about growing older is that we begin to realize how much less we truly need. Not in a minimalist, bare walls kind of way, but in a thoughtful, tender way. Decluttering becomes less about getting rid of things and more about making space for life. Many older adults I've known don't do big cleanouts. They do small ones. A drawer here, a shelf there, a single cupboard on a quiet afternoon. They don't rush, they don't force. They simply notice, what haven't I used in years? What no longer feels useful or joyful or light? This kind of gentle letting go doesn't leave you feeling empty. It leaves you feeling clear. And with every small item released, the home feels a little more breathable, a little more yours. Habit 2. They prioritize comfort and function. In earlier years, we might have bought things because they looked nice, or because we thought they were supposed to belong in a proper home. But somewhere along the way, that changes. What we value most becomes comfort, function, ease, a chair that supports your back, a lamp that lights your favorite reading spot, a shelf that doesn't require a step stool. The older adults who keep their homes tidy and calm aren't focused on how things look in a magazine. They're focused on how things feel at 7 a.m. when you're walking to the kitchen with tired feet. When your home fits your real life, not your imagined one, tidying becomes natural. You don't have to fight your space. You just move with it. Habit 3. They stick to light daily routines. There's a quiet rhythm in the homes of people who've learned to care for their space without overwhelm. They don't save everything for one day. They don't spend weekends buried in chores. Instead, they've found peace in small routines. Wiping the bathroom sink after brushing teeth, folding the throw blanket when standing up, running a quick cloth over the table before dinner. These aren't burdens, they're little rituals. And when something becomes a ritual, it no longer feels like work. It feels like care, like a kind of devotion to your space. That's how older adults keep their homes tidy, not with giant efforts, but with steady, gentle steps day after day. Habit 4. They use the 10-minute rule. One of the most freeing habits I've learned from older adults is this. If it takes less than 10 minutes, just do it. Wash the few dishes in the sink, toss the junk mail, put the slippers on the back where they belong. It sounds simple, but the effect is big. These tiny tasks, when done in the moment, don't pile up. They don't turn into something heavy. They stay small. And when things stay small, they stay doable. This habit doesn't just keep a home clean. It keeps the mind clear. It keeps your energy steady. 10 minutes might not seem like much, but over time, it becomes the reason your home always feels just a little more peaceful than before. Habit 5. They keep cleaning supplies handy. There's something comforting about being prepared, not in a survivalist sense, just in a quiet, everyday kind of way. Many older adults keep a small basket of cleaning basics in more than one room. A microfiber cloth in the bathroom, a duster tucked behind the bookshelf, a broom nearby, not hidden in a far corner. This makes cleaning spontaneous, natural. You're not hauling supplies from one end of the house to the other. If you see a smudge, you wipe it. If the counter needs attention, you handle it right then. It's not about perfection, it's about convenience. And when something is convenient, it actually gets done. Habit 6. They let in light and fresh air. Not every kind of clean comes from soap and water. Some of it comes from what we let in. Older adults who keep peaceful homes tend to let in the light. They open curtains, crack a window, let the breeze move through. They understand that air matters, that light matters, that a home needs to breathe just like we do. Even on cloudy days, opening the blinds reminds you that the world is still out there, that the day is happening, and you're part of it. Clean doesn't just mean scrubbed. Sometimes it just means fresh, light-filled. Habit 7. They make tidy and pleasant. You can turn almost anything into a moment of peace if you approach it with care. Older adults often turn cleaning into something that feels less like a chore and more like a practice. They put on soft music, they light a candle, they take their time. A few minutes spent folding towels with a favorite song in the background doesn't feel like a task. It feels like a pause. Tidying, when done gently, can actually bring a sense of joy. You're not just moving objects, you're creating order, restoring calm. And when you do that regularly, the home starts to hold that feeling. Even when no one else sees it, you feel it. Habit 8. They ask for help when needed. There's a quiet strength in knowing what you can do and what you can't. Many older adults have learned that asking for help isn't weakness, it's wisdom. Whether it's hiring someone to mop floors or simply asking a neighbor to reach a high shelf, they know that their energy is worth protecting. And when you stop pushing yourself to do it all, you make room for the things that really matter. A tidy home doesn't mean doing everything yourself. It means creating a space where life flows with ease, however that needs to happen. Habit 9. They make peace with imperfection. This might be the most powerful lesson of all. At some point, we stop trying to make our homes look like they belong in a catalog. We stop striving for perfect. We start embracing real. A tidy home isn't spotless. It's calm. It's cared for. It's a place where you can exhale. There might be a bit of dust on the shelf, a few papers on the counter, but the energy of the space is soft, unhurried. Older adults who've lived through seasons of change often carry this wisdom. That peace isn't found in perfection. It's found in presence. And when your home reflects that, everything else feels a little easier. Habit 10. They designate calm corners. As we grow older, we start to realize that comfort doesn't always require a whole room. Sometimes it's just a corner, a chair, a small table, a single cushion that makes a quiet moment feel full. Many older adults create small, calming spaces within their home, not because they need more, but because they know how much even a little can hold. It might be a reading nook by the window, a chair with a warm throw and a good view, a place to sip tea in the quiet part of the day. These spaces become anchors, a soft place to land when the day feels noisy, a spot to breathe, reflect, or simply be still. Tidy homes aren't just well organized, they're intentional. And when you create even one corner with care, a place that welcomes you, the rest of the home begins to mirror that sense of calm. It's not about filling space, it's about allowing space to support you. Habit 11. They keep what brings a sense of home. As time goes on, we begin to understand that not everything in a tidy home has to be practical. Some things are kept simply because they feel like home. A small framed photo, a chipped mug that fits just right in your hands, a blanket that carries the warmth of years. These things may not add to the function of a room, but they carry memory. They hold quiet comfort. Older adults who keep their homes tidy don't always strive for clean surfaces and empty shelves. Instead, they choose what stays with intention. They clear away what no longer fits, but they leave space for the things that still matter, the soft, ordinary things that remind them who they are. A tidy home isn't about stripping things down. It's about surrounding yourself with what feels real, what feels like you. Because sometimes the most comforting thing in a room isn't how clean it is. It's the feeling of familiarity, of history, of being held by the things that have quietly stayed with you, even as everything else changes. Habit 12, the mic. They embrace quiet moments to reset the space. One of the most meaningful habits that grows over time is learning to pause, not just to rest the body, but to reset the space around you. Older adults often develop a quiet awareness of when their home needs a moment of attention, not in a rushed or pressured way, but in a natural rhythm. After lunch, before bed, after a guest leaves, or during a quiet afternoon, these become gentle opportunities to reset. Maybe it's straightening a cushion, tidying the kitchen counter, turning off a light in a room no longer in use. It's not a checklist, it's a feeling, a soft tending to the space that reflects your care and your calm. These small resets keep the home from ever feeling out of balance. And more importantly, they allow you to move through your day without carrying the weight of yesterday's mess into tomorrow's morning. It's not about keeping things perfect. It's about gently restoring order so your space feels ready to hold you again and again. Our homes grow with us. They hold our routines, our reflections, our quiet moments. And when we tend to them with patience and care, they become places of healing. Maybe your home is in transition. Maybe you're making changes, big or small. Or maybe you're simply trying to live with more ease, more clarity, more peace. Wherever you are, I hope something here reminded you that it doesn't take much to create comfort. Just a few thoughtful habits, practiced gently. Your home doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to feel like you. And that in itself is more than enough. If this video gave you something to think about, something that felt kind and real, I'd love for you to share it with someone else who might need that same sense of peace. Thank you for spending this time with me. Take good care of your space and even better care of yourself. If this spoke to you, I'd love for you to be part of this growing community. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. This space is for healing, for reflection, for real connection. Thank you for being here.